Hello and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time visit. Yes, this is what I'm calling my generic hello. Yeah, it is. So, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the content. I thought I'd come out of the time lapse a little early just to have a bit of a chat while these finish off. They seem to be, obviously I'll take over if any of them needs to be unloaded with my assistants, but I thought I'd use this opportunity to just carry on from yesterday, literally to sort of explain. I looked at YouTube at the last video, and it is by very chance that I actually got us to August morning, the very morning that we would have had the harvest, and obviously this starts in August, so it's sort of rather poetic in a way that actually, obviously we're starting in August, because from the video last time until the video this time, there has been no lost time, even though obviously the years wise, I'm just saying you could literally go from the last video to this video, and although we know this is year one on the same map but with all of our fields and all of our equipment, just with different crops. We also know that I planted soybeans in all of these fields before whatever happened, whether it was the crop rotation mod made the ground or whether it was the 1.7 update. It's unclear as to what it is, because I've got the crop rotation mod on all maps. It's active on everything, and it has only affected 3 maps. Also coincidentally, at the same time the 1.7 update happened, which likewise has only affected 3 maps. Kiwi Farm, this one, and... no, Stone Valley was affected by itself. What was the other one? Which is the other one that's affected? Oh, yeah, of course it is. Western Wilds, the 2 American maps. Yeah, and Kiwi Farm. Now, obviously Kiwi Farm I thought was because it went to a backup save. The other third element is that I think I mentioned this a few weeks back, I also bought the game from Steam. Now, it does share certain elements, which is the save game, and also began to do the Steam Cloud Save, which I don't think would do Farming Simulator any good. So it is possible it could be either one of those 3. No, either suggests 2. Yeah, it could be. Or does it? I think it does actually. I'm sure either means this or that. So it could be any one of those 3 elements, or a combination of all 3. But it is random because it has only affected 3 maps. But obviously I'm quite happy. I checked the amount and it was 347,987. So I was a little bit out, but we've also had tick-ups, and obviously there was seed and all sorts of manner of things, and also this has not been fertilised. What we did had been fertilised. So yeah, and how much work has gone into just trying to sort this out, cut all the trees down. Let's just call it money for inconvenience, shall we? Because it's not a fortune, it really isn't. It's just, yeah, it is a little bit. We've lost 2 fields worth of harvest from the 2 that were harvest, which is 3 and 4. We've got 1, 2 and 5, all that have got crops, which I believe weren't nitrogen. Let's just check. Let's make sure. Obviously, and also the soil types have changed, which is rather strange too. Yeah, pH is totally and the nitrogen before being harvested. So obviously I didn't have chance to pH this, whereas we did the other. So the massive hit we're going to take on, we've just got base game, things off this, instead of what would be if we had these fields, and well, we did have these fields and fertilise them. So we have still got a rough deal in a way, but I am happier that we have at least got some crop, because had things carried on as they were, due to whatever fault it was on the map, obviously, yes, we would have absolutely no crop at all now if it had been how things were. What I would have done is switch seasons off and planted the seeds and then switch seasons on, and I think that may have worked. I'm not sure, I couldn't say for certain, but that was my plan of attack. But obviously, due to the map update as well, and the fact that the ground layer was wrong, I thought, oh well, we've got nothing to lose, let's just do the update, let's move all of our stuff in, and also take an opportunity to show other people one thing that I've never seen anybody actually I've heard of people talk about XML files, but never be specific about what needs moving into a save game, when a save game, and obviously I explained that yesterday, so yeah. Now I'm not saying it's foolproof, but there was a weirdness, which is sort of forcing elements in a way. And I'm quite sure there are, being in IT, that there's something that somewhere, a log that doesn't quite match, or an elements, but it does work itself out, and in time it would, and it has. I mean, the ground layer, which is the things that we did leave alone totally, they are the important things. All we've done is brought in placeables, which we did see. They are totally exactly the same. The only thing I can see which does sort of work is somehow the silo is only one of them. The main silo is behaving strangely. You can drop things off, but I mean, it always was a little bit funny. I don't know if you can recall some of the episodes where things weren't perfect, where I kept saying I think I got the Reich and it was one side and then it was on the other side. It kept moving the point. So, but I have had that before, but I have also had that same problem where it does seem to shift the point where I do like it. It is one of my favourite. It was my favourite for a long time. I have got to be honest. I do love the Omatana ones now because they are. I do like the Granaries ones, and I also like the French one, the French set that Omatana did as well. I've not got the wooden ones loaded because I always thought they were a little bit too super duper. They really are, but yeah, I do love the way that they can accept bales. I am very impressed with that. But yeah, it is the Bavarian one. It is from the Bavarian pack. It is. I like it. I love the look of it. I think it is so. You're not going to do that, are you? You've got stuck at a weird angle. Are you trying to push that down? Right, okay. Let's try that again. Yeah, and let's be a bit closer. Don't think I'm quite there. Oh. Should be really. Yeah, there's quite a bit of look to this. It's funny, but some harvesters, you can actually see the pipe to the left of you. It's, yeah, that's a point. Can you, if you do the shoulder thing? Yes, you can, just. But some of them, like the case, you can see quite clearly. It actually pushes. So yes, again, I did say this, when you're using the first-person perspective, some bits of tool works better than others, but of course you can get out like you would in real life. That's so weird when it does that. So, yeah, I'm going to have to use every sort of trick that you would in real life. It is true, because if you imagine this was the real harvester, you'd stick your head out of the window and you'd have a good look like that. So, yeah, I mean, there are some sort of things that do lend themselves a little bit to that. Right, so now I'm going to have to find out where they got to. Now, they're not doing badly. Yes, now I can see. No, is that him though, or is it this? That is the question. It was a bit just here that looks like it has been partially cut, but... no, it's this one. Well, it'll soon tell me if it's wrong. Right, let's set it going again. They have managed quite well, I've got to be honest. Yeah, so just wanted to cut in. The other thing is I am going to say is we're obviously going to... yeah, there's a few mods that are going to need shifting in and out. It's not perfect. I know that. I realise that. I'm the first to admit it. And yeah, I've got to be honest, it's far less hassle than it would have been. And there are certain elements that I like. Again, it may be that the silo needs properly putting back down. Some of these mods, obviously, they've not done any of the concrete that would have gone. I mean, I did that. Yeah, it literally hasn't. All of the plinths that all of the sheds come on aren't there, but the ground level is perfect for them all. It's just like they've landed perfectly on the ground, perfectly flat, but it does seem to have done something strange to the silo. But yeah, I just wanted to have these few minutes just to have a bit of a chat. I have got the straw mod on, as you can see, although you can see the windows are very, very poor. We will get the... we'll get the straw. Now, I'm not sure. I remember in the other, in FS19, when I had the canola and the other straw mod, it did do weird things. You couldn't use the straw in normal things. You could bale it, but it wasn't recognised as straw by the game, so I'm not sure if that's still going to be the case on this particular one, whether we could stick the straw. What I might do is a test to see if I drop this straw in the Omatana, will it recognise it as straw, or will it just crash the game or whatever. I think we would save the game just before trying to do it to see what happens, because I did have some strange occurrences when using it in FS19. Yeah, it's very strange effects sometimes when you try to use it in places that straw would have been used. I can't even remember. I think it did. You could sell it, but there were certain mods that didn't like it. You had to be very careful. I never had a game crash, but yeah, definitely did have some weirdness. Yeah, I'm not going to start the windrunner until we've got all these off the field. Otherwise, I'm going to have them bashing into all of the things, but we're not far off. I am going to finish this one after this though, because it is a massive field. I mean, I did know that, and obviously with all that explanation yesterday, I just wanted to finish this particular harvest in this field, and yeah, have a bit of a chat with you about obviously what we've done. I'm quite happy. I didn't want to just finish the Let's Play, I really didn't, because it is a lot of people do like Hobos Hollow, and I am one of them myself. I absolutely do love this. I love how far we've come and all the rest of it, but I do recognise that we are doing super duper every single session. I mean, we were a couple of months ago we were on 100,000, next day we were on, and that was when we were, yeah, we'd got nothing in the pot, so that was just normal standard stuff. So yeah, without any, we'd not got much silage or anything, but it's 100 grand a day profits just, and the cattle have done more. We've got manure now as well as slurry, so that's going to be 2 sets of things that we can put into the biogas plant, which is going to be, even without silage from the straw, then it's still producing a humongous amount. The other thing is we have also got a lot of straw left, if I remember rightly, in the other one of the silos. Sure we have. Okay, maybe we haven't. Maybe I'm... Wow, it's hit tons of slurry. Wow, I didn't realise that. Did I feed the animals this morning? Let me just quickly... I could have sworn we did the animals. Let me just check. I'm sure I said we did the animals. So obviously I can't have got the slurry, and that's not important. It is just... Did we stick the... No, we didn't. We didn't do that. Ah, yes. That was... I thought it had emptied into the... here, and it actually emptied into that, so I'm still not sure if this is working at all, if I'm honest. I think we might need to shift it, but then we're going to lose all the product inside, which I think there's quite a bit of... Yeah, the soybeans and oats, a bit of lime, a bit of wood chips, so I could cope with some of that being lost, but certainly not the oats, and that would be a blow. Right, do you know, I hate that when I chat and then forget what I was coming over for. Ah, animals, that's right. Yeah, let's just check the food. Yeah, I did. I'd only lost 5,000 off top and only 1,000 litres off the water. 65 tonnes of milk, so it's the slurry in the milk that I've not done. Sugar, milk, butter, oats. That's right, I've stopped. That's right, I'm trying to push the flour onto to stop the flour from going into here, that's right. So we've got to use all the flour, nearly 38 tonnes of flour. We shall let that go out until we've done that, and then what we're going to do is sell that. Obviously they pay the difference, because this is not about me being naughty or anything like that. It's about trying to get rid of the trees. I would be quite happy with this. So whatever we lose, we're just going to pay ourselves back and then replace it straight away. Yeah, it's not a matter of cheating or anything. So right, let's get back to the field. I am going to go straight back into a time lapse. This is my way. No, do you know? Oh, seriously. Just let them go by. Oh, he's caught me. Whoa. Let's do nearest. Right. Okay then. I am... No, I'm not in a way. It's just... I don't know, let's go back into a time. So we've got 2 or 3 rows. So do you know, no, we're just going to wait for these to finish. Make sure they both can offload. I am going to leave it there. And then next session we're going to get cracking with everything else, including getting rid of the slurry and that. We need to put some more straw in. That's why we've got so much slurry and no manure. Well, we've got some manure, but only from when we did put the straw in. So we need to be... In fact, that is a point. We may be able to use this kind of straw for that particular job. We shall see. I'm sure it will be recognised as straw for animals. I seem to recall we could use it for that before. It does look like standard straw, though. The canola used to look strange, but that does almost look very much. We shall see. I can't. It's just conjecture until we start mucking around with it. We can't really know what's going to happen, can we? Now, you are smashing. You've done it this time. Excellent. So a couple of rows, and then we're sorted. So yes, it has been less than ideal, but it's still been a trade-off. We've still lost a lot of goods that we would have had we done it the other way with the soybeans. Obviously I've got the straw mod though, so that's helped us in another way that was perhaps has made up for the fact that we've lost all of the fertilising. Perhaps, I would say. So it's not all bad. But it's still, I am glad. I was very, very unhappy when the fields all went bad after we'd spent. Obviously, it's all on YouTube. You all saw Andy was all quite happy. Everything was fantastic. It was growing. The green was on all of the fields. And then obviously the next session, bang, no growth. So yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off. But then also we've got the map update as well. So our last year on Hobos Hollow is definitely. Well, as I said last session, I am waiting for comments for yourselves if you would wish to see more. I think, truthfully, my gut is, but again, I've always said it's not just my farm. If you would like to see a bit more, and there's a reason why, what you would like to see, how far you like, what you'd like to see on the Let's Play that isn't there now, all of these type of things, I am literally, this is our farm, I've always said that. So I am open to your comments and suggestions on our farm. I truly am. But I think what I am going to do is I'm going to say my goodbyes now, but I'm going to just crack on with this last bit, and then I'm going to cut out. I am, because yeah, I'm just going to time lapse this last. Is it worth it? I'm thinking of bending your ears for 5 minutes. I'm right, really. I don't ever do it that way, truthfully. But why is that one turning around in the middle of the field when it hasn't finished? What are you doing? Don't get it. Why would you start in the middle of a row? I really don't get that. I think I'm going to have to grab one of these manually because I think there's half a row been forgotten. Wait. Yeah, there's no point in me let's auto-save. Yeah, I do feel happier now. It was quite difficult, but I'm also quite happy with the bit of a experiment that we did. I am very happy with that. Right, okay, let's go and finish that off. Yes, we shall manually do this. No, not yet. It's a bit early. Yes, I do feel an awful lot happier that we have actually. Yeah, we've come to a decision, and we are. Yeah, we're cracking on. We are. I'm quite happy. We are going to crack on. It's true. I did want to go out on a cotton harvest. I seem to recall. I very much did, but that's a February plant. So if that is the case, then really all we've got left to do is to grab the straw off and literally put that in and wait till next February. I think cotton's February, I'm almost sure it is. We'll have a quick look after I finish this row. See if the other tractor is finishing that other side off or not. Not sure. Not even sure if I'm quite grabbing the full row. It's only trouble when you... I think I'm past it, but we shall see. We'll look down the row and we shall see if I've missed anything, because it's... yeah. But I'm so chuffed that we've done this field. I just wanted to finish off the Hobos Hollow episode. It was well, actually a couple of episodes, because there was an awful lot of mucking around and explaining about the... It might actually be only one, because I did it twice. The first time I did it wrong and I explained it wrong, so I actually re-recorded it again to tell you about the what files were necessary to do. So I thought, I don't think I've ever seen anybody on YouTube actually explain that, so I thought, why not just instead of just doing it, because there's a lot of people I'm quite sure that would be grateful of knowing that kind of information. So I thought, yeah, okay, let's do it. Because obviously there are ways to do it with the XMLs, as I explained yesterday, without actually completely starting from scratch. You can drag your items in. And it's something that I knew I could do in the old Stream Farm, but didn't do it because I wasn't sure under FS22 how to do it. So it gave me the impetus to actually take a look at it so that I could sort of assist again on something I did know in the past that worked with FS19, but obviously now it still works with FS22. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it does actually work. You can get the new map and all the ground layer elements and bring in your exact equipment and your exact placeables put in exactly the same place. As we've seen, it's not perfect. We've got some casualties, but not many. Yeah, most things are okay. Obviously there's the weirdness because there's no concrete that's been put on any of the mods, which I quite like on the my cow pasture, the Rawley Christie one. But yeah, I mean, we've put some bits back, but I do like the fact that and I know you could still paint grass if you really wanted to, but it is nice to have something unique. But yeah, we have obviously got a few casualties. I didn't quite cut enough wood. Right, let's put the... Ooh, we seem to have... All of the traffic have stopped for... No, I don't think he's quite emptied, has he? Now this time we're going to use the mod. We're going to shift. There we go. Smash in. Yes, I've got to use every trick in the book. Let's cancel you because you've done it again. Let's get a little bit closer. Trying to get okay at gauging. I'm not normally bad at this now. I'm not perfect. My old saying, pride comes before a fall. I don't think I'm quite far back enough. Not quite close enough. Should be better now. Smashing. That is where I'm going to leave it. We're going to crack on with the rest of this next session and have a count up on all that we've got and all the rest of it. But for now, I am going to say, yeah, it has been a long session. It really has. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I truly hope that you're going to continue with me on this journey, even if it has only got a year. But as I say, I'm waiting your comments. I'm not going to make any rash decisions without consulting the other farm, the other farm owners. It's the other shareholders yourselves. So yes, I am going to say goodbye for now.